Okay, show of hands, how many people like getting backstabbed? What, nobody? Put your hand down, I'm trying to make a point here. You let your guard down for just a second around a spy, and it's completely possible that you're dead in one hit. Spies can be annoying sometimes, sure, but there exist more weapons in this game with the ability to or purpose of countering the spy than any other class. So broadly speaking, spy is supposed to do well against sniper, engineer, and heavy, right? More or less. A scoped sniper is slow and tunnel visioned, and if they don't watch their back, they're gonna get stabbed. A spy's cloak and disguises allow him to bypass an engineer's sentry, and his sappers disable his buildings, and heavy is slow, and once he starts firing, he'll usually be focused on that target. But sniper unlocks like Girardi, the Trialman Shiv, and the Sydney Sleeper all allow sniper to expose and more easily track invisible or disguised spies. And the sole purpose of the Razorback is to inconvenience spies. Engineer has the Thompson to drain cloak, the Wrangler to spy check, and the Southern Hospitality to cause bleed. And Heavy has the Huo-Long heater, which I guess can deter spies, sort of. It's not great at that, but it could work sometimes. But why stop there? What about the class who already is supposed to act as a spy counter? Pyro? Pyro's got the Homewrecker and the Neon Annihilator to remove sappers, and any of the flare guns to expose disguised spies from a distance. Especially ones like the Scorch Shot and the Detonator, which are much easier to hit. And how about the Scouts? I generally view their relationship, in-game relationship, as kind of a mutual, let's not waste time on each other. Scout is generally too fast for a spy to get easy backstabs, and if a spy cloaks, is a scout just gonna blindly fire their scattergun and hope they hit him? Probably not. You could just yell spy to your teammates and then run away. I mean, it's all situation dependent, but, you know, generally speaking. Then the scout gets Mad Milk, and to a much lesser extent the Flying Guillotine, Boston Basher, and Rap Assassin. And then tracking spies just gets that much easier. You throw Milk in the spy's general direction and now he's visible. And you heal off him. Now that's not to say there's anything inherently wrong with the weapons I just mentioned. I mean, at least most of them. Other than the Razorback, they all have effects on classes other than the spy. But a majority of them make a class based around stealth easier to expose. Now that's not to say Spy hasn't also gotten some unlocks that make his job easier. The original Deadringer was easy to use and very hard to punish. The original Enforcer had no downsides when paired with the Deadringer and was effectively a more powerful revolver with faster spread recovery. And the original Spy-cicle allowed Spy to easily escape fire and also still had the Silent Killer attribute for some reason. But all of these weapons have been adjusted or nerfed, and not necessarily without cause. But even with all this, the basics of Spy have been consistently and fairly frequently buffed since the game came out. The last 3 major updates that included balance changes all had Spy buffs. The Gunmetal update added faster redisguising, reduced the revolver's damage penalty against sapped buildings, and added resistances while cloaks. The Tough Break update added a slight delay before sapped buildings reactivate after the sapper is destroyed, and Meet Your Match increased Spy's movement speed. And all that's just the recent stuff. Spy as a whole is quite a bit more powerful than he was 10 years ago. But you know who else has been consistently buffed? The Pyro! Even if you think Spy is in an okay spot now, the next major update, whenever that's actually gonna be, is most likely going to involve a good amount of Pyro balance. And I don't really see Pyro being nerfed. At least as a whole. Especially considering they seem to be balancing more with competitive in mind. If the Pyro is buffed, especially in some significant way, can we really just leave Spy the way he is? I mean, yes, they can. It's possible, but what kind of spot does that leave the Spy in? In the standard 6's competitive, Spy and Pyro are already generally considered to be the most situational classes. In some ways, Sniper can just do the job of Spy, but from a distance. You don't need to get your hands dirty when you can just shoot someone in the head from half the map away. And not even Ambassador Spies will be able to do that after the nerf goes in. I've said something similar before, but time has probably been Spy's worst enemy. Even if the class is better overall than it was at launch, with faster movement, faster backstabs, cloak resistances, and more weapons, etc., people generally know the game better than they used to. They know Spy better. They know the tricks. There is pretty much no reason not to spy check. Spies often tend to rely on enemies not paying attention or lacking situational awareness. But better players will be paying more attention and have more situational awareness. And it's even possible to communicate with your team. Little known facts. You can tell people that someone's a spy or if there was a spy around. Going up against players who have some idea of what they're doing will make Spy generally harder to play. So what's next? I kinda doubt this next update will put as much focus on Spy balance as it will on Pyro. The blog post only mentions nerfs for the Ambassador and Deadringer and whatever you want to call the change to the Eternal Reward. But nothing about any stock changes. Though it's always still possible that list wasn't complete, and the update's still not out. At least not right now. But like I said, Spy has been pretty consistently buffed. And for the most part, all the stock changes have been pretty good, I think. So just stay the course, I guess. Keep doing what you're doing. Though there are definitely those who hate Spy as much as some hate Pyro for one reason or another, I'm not really sure I've seen many people call for Spy to be nerfed. And if that is your position, you do want to see Spy nerfed, I would actually be pretty curious to know why and how that should be done, according to you. More specifically, nerfs for the basics of the class and nerfs for certain unlocks. Now look, I'm no Spy main. If you've been paying any attention to the gameplay, that's probably pretty clear. And I guess it might be kind of difficult to have sympathy for a guy who literally stabs you in the back, but things haven't exactly gotten easier for the Spy. Everyone's always trying to throw piss at him or light him on fire. Just cut the guy some slack, that's all I'm saying. If Pyro gets the major buff in this next update, and Spy doesn't, well, he probably should. That's it.